on AgriTalk.
Time now for News Extra, and brought to you today by Gearing Civic Center. Here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. We're pleased today to have David Edwards, the Emergency Preparedness Coordinator at Regional West Medical Center, and always great to have Police Chief Kevin Spencer on the show. And these two gentlemen are going to discuss an active shooter exercise that is planned at the St. Mary Plaza on October 16th. And that would be Wednesday of this coming week, right, Dave?
Correct, Kevin.
All right. So explain what you guys are going to do. The difference, first of all, between an exercise and a drill.
Okay, that's a big confusion to people. A drill is actually a type of exercise where we only look at one specific part of our plan. Where an exercise is, can be anything from just sitting around talking to what we're going to be doing, a full-scale exercise, which means we've got boots on the ground, going through exactly what we would do in whatever the scenario is. In this case, it's active shooter.
Active shooter. Okay, so what's going to happen here is we're going to make, like, between 9 and 11:30 a.m. on Wednesday, October 16th, over at the St. Mary Plaza. There's going to be people over there acting like there's an active shooter in that building, right?
Correct. We're actually going to start at about 9 o'clock. And the active shooter part of it will only last about a half an hour. But because, this is testing a variety of our systems, we're going to have to transport some of our simulated victims over to the hospital so that the hospital then can treat these victims.
Okay. So the simulated shooter, people might hear some things that sound like gunshots and so forth?
They will. There'll be a shooter from the police department who one of the officers is going to be play the role of the shooter, and he's going to shoot off some blanks and things like that.
Okay, and then you'll have a lot of law enforcement people there, fire department, that type of stuff, right?
We have law enforcement, all the local agencies are going to be there, plus yes, local fire department and ambulance.
And then the other thing is that you'll probably be seeing police officers entering the building like there is truly something going on, right?
That's our hope, is that they'll go in there, and act just like there is a shooter, and Chief Spencer can talk more about that aspect.
All right, okay. So the reason why you're doing this exercise, kind of explain why you do these type of things, just to be ready for anything that would happen at the hospital. This is one of the things you got to be concerned about, right?
Right. We exercise at least twice a year at the hospital. And previously, we've done things like a hazmat spill. We've done a tornado exercise. We've done a multiple victim exercise. And this is just one of the variety of things that we can do.
Okay. There's also going to be, as the way I understand it, there will be an overhead announcement at Regional West Medical Center that this is going to be, this is just an exercise and people need to be aware of what's going on, but it's just an exercise, right?
Yes, it's just an exercise. We have, signs that are going up throughout the hospital and the medical plazas that are telling our employees and the public that we are doing this exercise, and it is just an exercise.
All right. And there's no impact on patient care. If you have an appointment up there, you can go to it during this time, right?
Correct. We will not be stopping any patient care at all.
Okay. All right, we're going to talk to the chief about how important it is for his folks to train for this right after this. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we better make sure.
It's interesting. It's one of my injects. If a patient calls in and says, I have an appointment at 10 o'clock, can I still come?
Yeah.
November 1st show from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. The Saturday, November 2nd show hours are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah, you might reiterate, Kevin, that this all takes place in St. Mary Plaza, not at the main hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. All right, we are back on News Extra. Once again, we have Dave Edwards, the Emergency Preparedness Coordinator over at Regional West Medical Center, and Police Chief Kevin Spencer here to talk about an mock active shooter exercise October 16th. It's going to happen from 9 to 11:30 a.m. It'll be up in the hospital area, but we want to make sure people know it'll be at St. Mary's Plaza not at Regional West Medical Center, right?
Correct. We're going to be at the St. Mary's Plaza. We're going to try to be as undisruptive as we can be. We don't want to interrupt anybody's doctor's appointment or anything like that, and we're going to go out of our way not to. So we're going to restrict our activities to the plaza. We're not going to block any roads or anything like that. It'll be just on that campus.
Okay. How important is it for you guys to do this training?
As you know, we've spent a tremendous amount of time on random acts of violence. We've concentrated or focused our attention in the schools, and we've been there and we've trained, and the schools have done a tremendous job. I really feel proud of them and where they're at in regards to this type of training. But this is a great opportunity for us to train with the hospital. Dave's done a great job planning this exercise, and it's just a great opportunity for us to participate, and we'll be responding to this just as it was an active shooter, and you know, look at our where we're at in our training, and probably identify some areas where we need to do further training.
Yeah, because afterwards you get together with everybody and kind of look at what worked and what didn't, and a lot of times communications in these things, a lot of times is one of the areas where you really got to look pretty hard, right?
We will do an after-action review, and we'll try to take a very critical look at the exercise and our response to it. I've never been part of a training where communications was not a factor. It's usually number one on the list. So we're always constantly working on that. But great opportunity for us to get together. This will be the Scottsbluff County Sheriff's Office, Gearing PD, Nebraska State Patrol, and us all performing together.
All right. Once again, it's 9 to 11:30 a.m. over at the St. Mary's Plaza on this coming Wednesday, October 16th, is when we're going to do the mock active shooter exercise over at St. Mary's Plaza. So be aware of it. If you're a resident in that neighborhood, be aware of it. It's not a real thing. Just know that you might hear some things that sound like gunshots and so forth, and just be aware of the situation. All right, guys.
All right.
We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Kevin.